I'm very happy to have a chance to share a few remarks with the class of 2024 tonight. A few weeks ago, I had lunch with some Kiski past parents, and during our time together, they reminded me of one of my all-time favorite Kiski stories about their son, Robbie McConnell, who graduated from Kiski in 2006. Robbie was a very capable student and an avid outdoorsman, sort of Huck Finn type of character who was beloved by his classmates and faculty. In the spring of 2006, I was hosting some seniors at my home when McConnell asked if I knew about Mother Teresa. I thought he was talking about the nun from Calcutta, but no. He was talking about Mother Teresa, a huge pine tree on the south border of our campus. He said the tree was 100 feet tall. 100 feet tall. I was properly skeptical. Robbie and a few other boys convinced me to take a golf cart ride to the site. When we arrived, I estimated the tree to be 60 or 70 feet, which is still a very big tree. Rob suggested we do an experiment to find out. The idea was he'd climb to the top of the tree, and then as he came back down, we'd count his body lengths and multiply by 6 and determine the tree's height. Now I should pause for a moment to assure the parents who are here tonight that even though your sons, won't be in my care after today or tomorrow, right, that we're not in the habit of being reckless with our students' safeties. In fact, a few years ago, we invited an arborist to campus who supervised some students as they climbed the century-old beech tree that's right behind us over there on the quad. A special insurance certificate was issued, and the climbers were equipped with harnesses and guided with ropes in order to ensure that they safely made their way up the tree, which is only about 25 feet off the ground. But 18 years ago, as I stood at the foot of Mother Teresa with Robbie and the others, there were no harnesses and no guide ropes, and I didn't even have the presence of mind to get McConnell to sign a liability waiver. Caught up in the spontaneity of the moment, I just decided to roll the dice with McConnell's well-being. And I distinctively remember looking down at his dress shoes and saying, "What are you waiting for? Start climbing." And so up the tree he went with monkey-like dexterity. We all watched him as he climbed, and his grip on each one of the limbs was very intentional, and the placement of his feet was very certain. He reached the top in a few minutes, described his untrammeled view of the campus grounds, and reported that the seat he had constructed for past visits to the top was still intact. As he started his climb down, his foot slipped and he caught himself on a nearby branch. And I still think he did this intentionally for dramatic effect. And if so, mission accomplished, because I just about had a heart attack. But after recording that, thinking about that story again, after so many years, I was reminded that there's a good lesson in tree climbing, since it's analogous to what I hope we've done for you during your time at Kiski. When you start to climb the tree, your proximity to the ground feels safe. There are people around you to catch you if you fall, and it's easier to hear their words of encouragement as you climb. And by the time you reach the top, your safety is less certain, and it's harder to hear the voices of your friends and parents and teachers and coaches. You're on your own up there, and there's no one to rely on but yourself. So my story about Mother Teresa has a point after all. It's about self-reliance, which is a good message for tonight. Emerson wrote a very famous essay on self-reliance, one that I reread as I was preparing these remarks, and I'm sure that many of you are familiar with it too. His theme is straightforward: believe in yourself. Each person has everything he needs to know right inside himself. You know it's good, you know it's true, you know it's honest, you know it's right. Stick to your principles when you meet with opposition, because chances are that in your heart, you know the right thing to say, and you know the right thing to do. Self-reliance doesn't mean isolation. While we may have everything we need within ourselves, conversations and interactions often reveal hidden strengths and skills. Listen to other people, especially when they have opposing views. That creates opportunities for growth. Community provides support as you work towards a greater understanding of yourself. I was talking to my favorite English teacher, Ms. Neumeister, about the Emerson essay, and she pointed out a part that she likes best and one that I overlooked. There's a metaphor in there that Emerson uses about the tacking ship. He writes, "The voyage of the best ship is a zigzag line of 100 tacks. See the line from sufficient distance and it straightens itself to the average tendency. Your genuine action will explain itself and will explain your other genuine actions." In sailing, you need to adjust your course at a moment's notice for shifting winds and rough weather, and that's true in life as well. I remember the pressure I felt when I went off to college so many years ago, the weight of my own expectations, hopes for success, and the fear of the unknown. Exhilarating in lots of ways, but scary too. For everyone, the tacking boat metaphor offers a pardon when we inadvertently stray from our direct course. It allows rooms for diverging courses and for explorations. It also shows us how ultimately no one strays too far from the path determined by their individual character. So as you leave Kiski and prepare to take on the world, a fitting explanation of self-reliance is one of navigation. Weather reports and sextants and charts and the North Star may assist you, but the best guide is your own internal compass. Trust it. It will lead you exactly where you need to go. By the way, our calculation determined Robbie's estimate of Mother Teresa's height to be altogether accurate, just shy of 100 feet. That is a very tall tree and one that you should never try climbing in dress shoes. As you stand atop your own tall tree tonight, know that its roots are sunk very deeply in Kiski soil. Adverse conditions might toss you around and attempt to break you or pull you over, but the solid values you learned here and the values you practiced here will guide your decisions and always keep you anchored. I know you make us very, very proud. Good luck, and God bless all of you.